That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
I love Resident Evil. I love everything. The gameplay, the characters, how astonishingly stupid the story can get at times.
Complete global saturation.
Like, the oldest video on my channel that you can watch is a playthrough of Resident Evil 2, which...
Wait, what? You were meant to do the thing?
is a video that I made. That and my first video essay that I was gonna do was this video. However, I scrapped it because I didn't think it was good enough. So I want to have a good video on this series because Resident Evil means a lot to me. Being my favorite series of all time. Not game, that's Silent Hill 3, but I don't think I'm good enough at writing to do that series justice. Yet. And personally, I want to cover Resident Evil 996 so that I can, 1, show the colossal impact that this game has had on the horror genre with its self-proclaimed survival horror gameplay. 2, so I can hopefully cover the other games in the series in the future. And
it's me, Chris.
Is that you, Rebecca?
Other reasons. I'm gonna try and keep this intro brief because you have no idea how much I want to gush about the funny zombie game. Now, I could go over the development history of RE games, but I feel like it's been done to death. So, if you don't know, then I recommend either Sphere Hunters or Witchtaunter's retrospectives on this game. But after you watch this video, please sit back, relax, grab your Jill sandwiches, and please enjoy whatever this is. Beginning the game, you're given the choice between playing Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. Word of advice, play Jill for your first playthrough. I will explain why in the second half, but please, just play Jill. Oh, and before I begin to regurgitate this game into your mouth, because I'm a pyrocynical clone.
Hey, my favorite pretty boy, Femtwink.
If you don't want spoilers, then here's the door. Go on, I'm waiting. Just don't watch this entire fucking video. It's July 1998. The group, STARS, standing for Special Tactics and Rescue Squad of the Raccoon City Police Department, are investigating a strange cannibal murders that have been occurring in the nearby Arkley Mountains, which is either some kind of monster or me on the average Monday. However, exploring a bit, our characters are attacked by zombie dogs. Well, I just want to pause and say that whatever way they practically made this dog look so awesome. Also, oh no, this guy died. Everyone press F for Joseph's last name. Then helicopter pilot Brad Vickers flies off.
Wow, what an asshole.
And now running for their lives, the only escape is a mansion situated in the mountains. And I adore this intro. So much happens, and I personally love the live action cinematic that this game has. And I kind of wish there were more games in the series that use these. Like, the RE3 remake had one, and that's one of the few positives I have for that game. Now, if you think this intro is camp, oh, you've seen nothing yet.
Chris Redfield. Jill Valentine. Barry Burton. Rebecca Chambers. Albert Wesker. Resident Evil.
They have entered the mansion, where they thought they were safe. Yeah, it is now just us, Captain Albert Wesker, and Barry Burton. Although our partner Chris Redfield is nowhere to be seen, with us and Barry being the only ones to try and find him. Entering this room, we stumble across a zombie, and he's eating our buddy Kenneth from the Bravo team. He's sadly now only a shadow of his former self. Okay, so I'm going to explain how zombies work in Resident Evil. They bite. They take a lot of bullets to go down, but they sometimes play dead so they can bite your ankles because they have a foot fetish. And although they may seem slow and dumb, they can easily drain your ammo if you decide to kill all of them. So don't. you fucking idiot. Although, if you try and run past, then you can pretty easily get bit if you're not careful enough. And that's where a lot of the fun of Resident Evil comes from for me, as you have to decide on what the best course of action is to deal with our enemies, while clutching whatever resources we have. Although, I want to put this out here now, I will say this game is pretty hard, although I kinda didn't die in either of my 2 playthroughs. Look, the game is really hard. I just have such little of a life that I replay these games a ton. Anyway, we run back to Daddy Barry where he takes care of it.
What is it?
Where we should probably go tell Wesker about this. But oh no, he's not here. So the best course of action is to explore the rest of this mansion in hopes of maybe finding him. But before we go, Barry hands us a lockpick, which opens shit like drawers for extra ammo. Because we are
the master of unlocking.
Whilst beginning to explore this mansion, we begin to enter the corridor where... And I agree, dogs are terrifying. Look at this, I'm pissing myself. Now, this game isn't scary, but as someone who's played the remake first, where this jump scare is delayed, I was a little spooked. Now, we can't really take these things out yet, as we don't have much in terms of defense. So let's talk about our terms of defense. The knife is fucking trash. Yes, it is an unlimited resource, but it does incredibly little damage. So you have to get so close to an enemy, you're more or less kissing it.
Boy Kissers Central.
Also, this footage is the only time I killed a zombie with a knife, and the pistol is your workhorse. The damage, once again, not great, but ammo is incredibly generous, and you can use it as a pretty decent enough range to avoid becoming a Jill steak. In the following corridor we come across... Although ammo is a lot more rare than for the pistol, so the best course of action would be to save it for tougher encounters. Counter argument. However, taking this thing causes a trap to fall, which is super spooky. Now, if you went this way, then Barry will save you and spout one of my favourite memes ever.
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Hello and welcome to Cooking with Grebbz. The thing no one asked for, but we're doing it because of dead memes. First things first, bread. We're making a peanut butter and Jill sandwich because dead meat. Spreading's hard, shut up. Look at that. And then next, the world's crustiest image of Jill Valentine. And now we have the finished product. Yay. No, it's not. Shut up. But also no, I didn't put it in because I'm not wasting peanut butter. I don't know what the fuck this bit is, but whatever. Now, yes, the voice acting and the dialogue is god-awful. 1, because the dialogue was probably written in Japanese first before being translated to English. 2, Capcom found their voice actors by just looking for random people on the street who just so happen to speak English. But it's just so bad that almost all sense of potential horror is quite literally lost in translation. But because I'm hilarious, I'll do what I did last time and just make a compilation of all the funny dialogue.
Stop it! Don't open that door!
Hope this is not Chris's blood. I have this.
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
My poisoned. Give me the serum.
Whoa! What is it?
What? Oh! Oh no!
Stop it.
Wesker, you're pitiful.
Moving along, we find one of my favourite staples in survival horror, the safe room. This is such a genuine breath of fresh air, usually coming across with a really nice piece of music that you can definitely sleep to, as well as a typewriter that you can save your game. Go ahead, save, they're limitless. As well as an iron box, which you can put whatever garbage you want in, and will be magically connected to the future ones you stumble across later. This is a feature that has been in almost every future Resident Evil game, and I love these. But you know what? I'm gonna rank every Resident Evil safe room theme while I do this series. This is beta. It's really good, it's just future games did it way better. Oh, and you can also find some Earth. It's used to kill this plant to get a key, you piece of shit. On our way there, we find a botany book, which basically explains how this game's healing items work. Essentially, green herbs are shit on their own and heal Dick Diddley. Red herbs do nothing, but when combined with a green herb, they heal fully. And healing sprays heal you fully without the stress of combining decent herbs. Essentially, they're for pussies with skill issues. Also, Forrest was pecked to death by crows, which doesn't even do much damage. But grenade launcher, my favourite weapon. I just like blowing things up, sue me. Although this is easily one of the best weapons in the game, it does a fuck ton of damage, and arrows as well as shotgun shells. Now, after we kill the plant, I will call Pete on you, you bastard.
What the fuck?
A nearby room has easily one of the most iconic notes in the series, and not because it's
Jill Sandwich.
May 9th, 1998. A night we played poker with Scott the Guard, Elias, and Steve the Researcher. Steve was very lucky, but I think he was cheating. What a scumbag. May 10th, 1998. Today a high-ranking researcher asked me to take care of a new monster. It looks like a gorilla without any skin. They told me to feed him live food. When I threw in a pig, they were playing with it, tearing the pig's legs and pulling out the guts before they actually ate it. May 11th, 1998. Around 5 o'clock this morning, Scott came in and woke me up suddenly. He was wearing a protective suit that looks like a spacesuit. He told me to put one on as well. I heard there was an accident in the basement lab. It's no wonder those researchers never rest, even at night. May 12th, 1998. I've been wearing this annoying spacesuit since yesterday. My skin grows musty and feels very itchy. By way of revenge, I didn't feed those dogs today. Now I feel better. May 13th, 1998. Went to the medical room because my back is all swollen and feels itchy. They put a big bandage on my back and the doctor told me I didn't need to wear the spacesuit anymore. Guess I can sleep well tonight. May 14th, 1998. When I woke up this morning, I found another blister on my foot. It was annoying and ended up dragging my foot as I went to the dog's pen. They have been quiet since morning, which is very unusual. I've found that some of them had escaped. I'll be in real trouble if the higher-ups find out. May 15th, 1998. Even though I didn't feel well, I decided to see Nancy. It's my first day off in a long while, but I was stopped by the guard on the way out. They say the company has ordered that no one leaves the grounds. I can't even make a phone call. What kind of sick joke is this? May 16th, 1998. I heard a researcher who tried to escape from this mansion was shot last night. My entire body is burning and feels itchy at night. When I was scratching, the swelling on my arms, a lump of rotten flesh dropped off. What the hell is happening to me? May 19, 1998. Fever gone, but itchy. Hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy, itchy. Scott came. Ugly face so killed him. Tasty. 4. Itchy. Tasty. Playing a sheet of music of Moonlight Sonata opens a nearby door, which has a crest, which is switched out by another one, which then putting this new one in where the old one was finds us another key, which we can use later. Earlier, we found a pillow which we pushed off because we hate modern art, including a gem which we can use to fit into a statue of a lion, giving us a crest of a moon. Let's find the rest of these. There's one in the room with some knives which we used to block poison gas killing us. There's a lot of these pushing puzzles, then they're not good. President Squitch gives us a crest of a sun. The third is my favourite puzzle of the game, where we find a room with paintings, the final one being of people mourning the dead, the others being of a man in different stages of his life, the solution being the chronological order of his life. Okay, it's not the most complicated thing ever, but it went over my head when I first played it, shut up. Finishing the puzzle, we received the crest of a star. But the final quest has the most to do. Unlocking yet another room. Resident Evil has a lot of locked doors. And we find this.
Richard! What happened?
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
You're wounded. What kind of demon attacked you?
It was a huge snake. And also poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
There is serum. Oh no, I should have brought some with me.
No problem. I'll go and get it.
Thanks.
Best voice acting ever. Anyway, we find the antidote for him, only for...
Here's the serum. Richard, hold on. I'll give you a shot now.
Jill, here's my radio. You should keep it.
No! Richard!
Yeah, he gives us a radio, which we can use for help. Oh no, big snake. This is the first boss fight, and I don't like it. It's really easy for the snake to wrap you up and deal unfair damage. But fighting this will get you poisoned, which is filled with a third herb I neglected to tell you. The blue herb. It's fine, Big Barry saves us. Anyway, now we can leave using all our new crests on a big door. But oh no, a segue into another enemy description. The third dog is called the Cerberus, based on the Greek mythological three-headed dog which guards the underworld. And now these things are fast, dealing massive damage, and for some reason they are way weaker to the dinky little pistol than a shotgun. Opening the door, we unlock the garden and getting called by Pilot Brad, hoping that anyone can respond.
This is Brad. Stars Alpha Team. Please respond. What the hell? Is nobody out there?
Shut up, bitch, you literally flew off, you coward. But moving forwards to our next location, the guardhouse. And now, not much happens here, so speedrun! We push this gargoyle little guy so that we don't get grabbed by a certain thing. We find massive fucking spiders, which are pure nightmare fuel. I won't go over them though, they're really not in the game that much. And moving a bookshelf finds us an underground lab. Oh my god, it's the IKEA shark! Once again, their name is based off Greek mythology. This time, the Neptune is the god of the ocean. Seriously, unless it's your first day on Earth, you know what Neptune is.
Nice.
But these things instantly die when you drain the water.
I'm dying. Help me.
And this gives us a key, which unlocks the door for the second boss fight. This is what you get for not touching grass. But we can make this easier. Math. You do year 2 maths. Yay! Also, this fight isn't the worst. Anyway, we kill and oh look, it's Wesker. He does the same, ooh, we need to get out, find a way out, Jill. Anyway, he apparently disappeared because of all the monsters. Although I just want to say, even if you know nothing about this guy, you can tell he's evil from a mile away. Like, he's wearing sunglasses inside. That's the most evil thing you can wear. I want to say I can't take his voice actor seriously. At least compared to him in Resident Evil 5, where he's like, 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you. Complete global saturation.
Good night, you bitch.
But here I just cannot take him seriously.
Don't open that.
Now, to get into the next area, we need a battery to operate the elevator, so we can pull a crank in which stops the waterfall. But how do we do this? It's time to go back to the mansion. But oh no, a little gentleman politely opening the door wants to say hello. These are called hunters, a little deviant furry who can jump, making them super hard to hit, as well as do massive damage, and also a chance to kill you in one hit. But they also die to 1 grenade round, so... We also fight Yon again, same fight, so just cut to the death. But as we looked at the hole, our buddy Barry finds us again, giving us a rope to climb down, only for the rope to fall where we should wait for an entire minute for Barry to get a new rope. And now the best song in gaming plays. I'm just kidding, the main one's actually pretty good. Once we go up to the highest floor, we find a really important bit of lore. Raccoon Times, May 27th, 1998. Animal attack, woman mutilated. May 20th, around 10 PM, a 20-year-old young woman's body was found by a passerby on the left bank of Marble River in the Cider district of Raccoon City. Raccoon police assume it to be a grizzly or other animals doing because there are teeth marks along her mutilated arms and left foot that show considerable power. Since she was wearing a hiking boot on her remaining foot, it has been determined that she was attacked in the Arklay Mountains and fell into the river. They are hurrying to identify this woman. Raccoon Weekly, June 16th, 1998. Monsters in Arklay Mountains? Some people claim that they've seen monsters in the Arklay Mountains. The monsters are supposedly about the same size as large dogs and usually run in a pack, as wolves do. This may sound like a group of ordinary wild dogs, but these monsters are surprisingly fierce and hard to hurt. They say these dogs won't bother you unless you wake them. So, you smart readers should stay out of the Arklay Mountains for the time being. But if you're looking for an adventure, check it out. You wanna try? Raccoon Times, July 9th, 1998. Mystery in Arklay Mountains. Mountain road blocked. Due to successive disasters in the Arklay Mountains, the city authorities have decided to block the road leading to the foothills. At the same time, Raccoon police intend to begin the search for the lost people with the help of STAR's team. They expect a great difficulty because of the vast size of the Arklay Mountains and the primeval forest that covers most of the areas. Also, people are reporting sightings of grotesque monsters in the mountains. So, whoever lives in this mountain knows that we're here. Further on, we find a floppy disk. I will explain what these do when it's relevant, but these are integral to getting the best ending. We find the other gem, which gives us the Magnum, the best weapon in the game. It does the most damage, just ammo is incredibly rare. Now, it's time for the next level. This is the caves, and ignoring the walls which look like literal shit, this is one of the most important areas in the story. You see, Jill and Barry find yet another STARS officer, Enrico.
The stars are doomed. Someone is a traitor. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella.
You know, I wonder who the traitor is. I fucking wonder.
Complete global saturation.
Let me smash.
Other than that, the caves are pretty mid. We get a boss fight against the Spider Queen, which is a way to remind you that the knife exists. And way too many hunters. Plus an extra floppy disk. Remember these, fucker, you want to get that good ending, don't ya? As well as an Excella here. But holes, which is where in the cave we find a coin of a wolf. You know, if you were thorough enough in the mansion, you would have found a coin of an eagle. And inserting these in the holes, we unlock a fourth and final area of the game. The lab. Which will explain what's been making these monsters. Umbrella, which it isn't explained in the game, but it's a pharmaceutical company in the Resident Evil universe with a large place in Raccoon City, which is where Stars is from if you forgot about it. Now, to unlock some important progression rooms, we need to input our username and password, with the only other good puzzle that this game has. We have a picture of Adam and Eve with some funky symbols, and a switch to make these words. And then we compare this to a given password to make a password mole. Also, the first two are John and Ada, just saying. Now, the latter is a pretty important character in the next game. Maybe. I'm actually not sure if this is her or just someone with the same name. Resident Evil scholars, please help me, because I cannot be asked to do some basic research. Anyway, we now have the first floor and the second floor rooms unlocked. In the first room, we can find a disc reader, which inputting one of the discs in gives us a password to the Bible verse. But here we can use the projector with a slide we found in the same room as the terminal. This contains files for the monsters we've been seeing, as well as a new one. Tyrant. Oh, and men. One of them being Wesker. Shock horror, Albert Wesker is the villain of Resident Evil, where we can take an elevator to confront him. But first, we need to find the rest of those passwords, okay? Yay! One's in this room unlocked by doing a pushing puzzle, which took me an embarrassing amount of time to finish. And the other is in a generator room with yet another monster, the Chimera. And although they're only in this room, they are really creepy as they climb from the ceiling. Anyway, we power the elevator and hi-bye. Okay, it's 8 PM and summarizing this is too much effort, so...
Wesker?
You did a fine job, Barry.
Just as I thought.
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so cruel.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything, because you'll be free from this world very soon, Jill.
Why do you have to destroy Stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
That's why having Stars nosing about is so inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mention mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together.
Barry!
I can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
You're a brave girl. But if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
So, you're going to steal all the research?
Better yet, I'm going to show you the tyrant.
So Wesker's dead and we can easily just leave with no effort. But because we need a final boss, Barry's like, so that tyrant sounds pretty sick. Wanna go have a look?
I'm gonna beat all your asses!
So it's final boss time. And although it's not as iconic as the future tyrants, this one looks sick as fuck. With its beating heart outside of its chest. I bet this fight is gonna be super hard.
What the hell is that?
Okay, I never got why this thing is so weak. Like, why does it have such little health? Especially since you've most likely have a lot of magnum rounds saved by now. Whatever. Anyway, Wesker somehow survived and has now turned on the triggering system, which does allow us to unlock this door and see what's inside. Oh, hi, Cress. Okay, me and the boys are ready to leave. Brad calls us one more time, and it's our last chance to get his attention, or we're stranded and we'll probably explode. We use some flares and Tyrant's back, and he's like, nah. And we're like, uh-huh.
Alright.
And now we can finally leave. And, oh, fuck off, Chris. How come you've got the spotlight? You literally did nothing and I did all the work. and that's Resident Evil. One of the cheesiest games ever, and I adore it. Is the story amazing? God no. Even with some of the interesting moments like the itchy tasty bit, or being the first media ever to have zombies coming from a virus. But it's incredibly dumb, pretty generic and predictable, and the voice acting does not help. But it's why I love it. It's like playing a shitty horror movie that you know is complete garbage, but you love it anyway. But what I love more is the gameplay. Exploring a massive mansion with limited ammo and health, which I have to consider using against enemies to potentially make backtracking to solve puzzles and figure out what items fit, is incredibly addicting. And then I can use this knowledge in repeat playthroughs and things like speedruns, especially when beating the game grants you a screen telling you of how little of a life you have. I blame this franchise for making me adore this genre. However, look at the time, we've got more to cover, because remember how I said we get to choose between Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine? It's time for Chris's playthrough. Although thankfully the puzzles and shit is mostly the same, so this will hopefully be shorter. So if Jill's campaign is tough, then Chris's campaign is spitting on you, calling you a loser, and then stealing your dog. So we only have 6 inventory slots, so you're gonna be retreating back to the item box way more. You don't get the handgun to begin with, so you gotta kill this zombie with a knife. Saving now requires int ribbons, and so saving is limited. I'm sorry, save scummers. We don't get my baby the grenade launcher, and Daddy Barry isn't our bro. So the shotgun is gotten way later, but swapping the good shotgun with the broken one. And worst off, Chris unfortunately can't read. But at least we have more health. We'll be good if I had enough space for a herb. No, basically the reason I said to play Jill instead for your first playthrough is that this is genuinely very difficult, and I can't fucking imagine playing this without any knowledge of the series. But for some reason, the game presents you with Chris first, and if you don't play the girl characters normally, like, well, me, you're more likely to play Chris. I don't know, it would have been safer just to present the easier to play through for newcomers. I'm honestly surprised this was as quick as it was, but it's time to talk about the story. And don't worry, it will be short this time. So, beginning of the game, Barry is now missing. Now it's just us, Jill and Wesker. But because Chris is the main character now, we get to look instead. Zombie. Anyway, we move back after getting bit 3 times. But oh no, where did Wesker and Jill go? So the story is pretty similar at this point, apart from that we don't have a lockpick. So we gotta use a newfound sword key, which you find with Chris's companion.
Whoa! What is it?
What? Oh no!
What the Sigma?
Also, she's from Star's brother team, so she's a bit of a rookie. But because Chris isn't the smartest, we do actually need her for a couple of puzzles like the music one.
Wait, what is that?
But the saddest part of Chris's campaign is that Richard's dead. But before I skip a massive chunk of the game, because seriously, the game's campaigns are very similar apart from the challenge difference, I want to share some lore of Wesker, but I think the foreshadowing here is actually pretty good. My dearest Elmer, the fact that you have received this letter is both a joy and a sadness for me. I could not even talk to you because of that guy in the sunglasses. Elmer, be calm and read this. I think I've told you that I moved to the pharmaceutical company's lab. They headhunted me. Last month there was an accident in the lab and the virus we were studying escaped. All my colleagues who were infected by the virus are dead. To be accurate, they've become living dead. They still wander around. Some of them are knocking on my room door desperately right now. But there's no sign of intelligence in their eyes. That cursed virus takes away all humanity from the human brain. Love, joy, sorrow, fear, humor, eternally. And Elmer, even the memories of the days I spent with you. And why I'm sharing this now is that in Jill's campaign, this page is torn, and the rest is just crying about becoming a zombie. Seriously, it's no big deal. I'm an emo who wants to be a big titty vampire girl. I should probably apologize for the people who have clicked on this video to find out I'm not a PNG. It's pretty decent, and I'm trying my hardest not to ban this shit out. Alright, let's fast forward to something actually relevant. Now after we fight Plan 42, we make our way back to the house, and hear Rebecca screaming halfway across the house. But yeah, Rebecca is getting attacked by a hunter. Okay, let's go to the cave section, yay! The caves are great, because Chris, remember them boulders? Yeah, sorry, I know I'm lying so I can spew a dead meme. Okay, you know what time it is. So confronting Wesker with Rebecca alongside, he then drags us to meet Tyrant with unironically one of my favourite moments of the game.
Stop it.
Wesker, you're pitiful.
I just feel bad. He sounds like he's about to burst into tears because he's getting laughed at. Anyway, Wesker gets by the Tyrant, and now we can go finish it off in an equally piss-easy fight. Find Jill where Chris was in last time, where we escaped the timer because Rebecca decided to blow up all evidence of Bella being evil. Seriously, what the fuck? Like, save it and then use it to snitch on them.
He ruined my zombie virus. No, I did not.
We then fight Tyrant and the exact same and finish the game with the equally cheesy Red Dwarf sounding credits theme. Okay, I know I bashed this for being extremely similar to Jill's game, and to be honest, I'm really not sure how I feel, because I wish this way was a lot more different. But on the other hand, the difficulty increase makes it stand out much more. So with Jill, I like to play for a speedrun and Chris for a challenge. I'm sorry, Chris Redfield's fans, I did this campaign a little dirty. Also, stairs are gross. Now, being the game, we are given a couple of items. An infinite ammo weapon, which is different for each character. I jest, of course, they're both reskins. Jill has SMG, Chris has assault rifle. We also have a key to a secret room, which gives us new costumes. For Jill, I like this one. Like, I would probably wear this in real life if I had the body to pull off a crop top. And for Chris, I like this one, because the other one has beige trousers, which are the worst trousers anyone could wear. Final thoughts. I like Resident Evil. It's fun. Is it my favourite in the series? Fuck no, I prefer the remake. But is it fun? Hell yeah. There's something really addicting to the gameplay loop of trying to hold onto as many resources as possible, as well as like having a timer which is practically begging for you to speedrun and show how little of a life you have by getting under a certain time. But the game isn't scary. Like, the voice acting is so bad I can't possibly take it seriously. But you know what is scary? The fact I haven't mentioned Markiplier once in this video.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier.
Fuck was that?